This $5 bottle removes sticker residue in 10 seconds, kills shoe odor overnight, and restores cloudy jewelry, and that's before we even get to actual cleaning. Most people keep this exact bottle sitting in a bathroom cabinet, completely unaware of just how many expensive products it can quietly replace. Today, we're going through the most surprising, least obvious uses first, because these are the ones that will genuinely change how you shop for household products from now on.
Let's start with one of the most satisfying tricks you'll ever try around the house. That stubborn, sticky residue left behind after peeling off a price tag or an old sticker feels almost impossible to remove with soap and water alone. Rubbing alcohol dissolves that sticky adhesive residue almost instantly when applied to glass, plastic, or wood surfaces. Simply soak a cotton ball or a soft cloth with rubbing alcohol, press it directly onto the sticky spot, and let it sit for a few seconds before wiping. The gummy residue lifts away cleanly, leaving the surface looking exactly like it did before the sticker was ever placed there. This works beautifully on jars you want to reuse, on new appliances covered in manufacturer stickers, and on picture frames that still carry price tags from the store. It's one of those tricks that feels almost magical the first time you see it work, because scrubbing with regular soap usually just smears the residue around instead of actually removing it. Eliminating shoe odor overnight. Here's an unexpected use that solves a problem most people assume has no real solution beyond buying expensive odor sprays. Rubbing alcohol kills the bacteria responsible for that persistent, unpleasant smell trapped inside shoes, especially the kind of shoes you can't simply throw into a washing machine. Lightly spray the inside of your shoes with rubbing alcohol, then let them air dry completely overnight in a well-ventilated space. This trick works especially well for sneakers, work boots, and gym shoes, the exact kind of footwear that tends to build up odor causing bacteria the fastest, yet can't handle a normal wash cycle without getting damaged. The alcohol evaporates completely as it dries, taking the bacteria and the smell along with it, leaving no residue and no lingering chemical scent behind once everything has dried. Most people don't realize that rubbing alcohol works as a genuinely effective jewelry cleaner, and this trick alone could save you a trip to a jewelry store. Soaking cloudy, dull-looking jewelry in rubbing alcohol for just a few minutes helps restore its original shine and sparkle. This works particularly well on pieces that have picked up a filmy buildup from lotions, perfumes, or everyday skin oils over time. After soaking, simply rinse the jewelry gently with water and pat it dry with a soft cloth. You'll notice the difference almost immediately, especially on pieces with faceted stones or intricate metal detailing, where dirt tends to hide in tiny grooves that regular cleaning cloths can't quite reach. Ink stains, coffee spills, and wine stains have a reputation for being nearly impossible to remove once they've had time to set into fabric or carpet fibers. Dabbing the stained area with rubbing alcohol before washing helps lift ink, coffee, and wine stains from both clothing and carpet far more effectively than jumping straight to detergent alone. The alcohol works by breaking down the pigment molecules responsible for the stain, loosening their grip on the fabric fibers before you even begin the actual washing process. This same trick surprisingly works on acrylic paint stains on clothing as well, something that catches a lot of people off guard the first time they try it. If you've ever had a small accident while painting a room or working on a craft project, a bit of rubbing alcohol dabbed onto the fresh paint stain before it fully dries can make the difference between saving that shirt and throwing it away completely. Here's a trick that genuinely saves real money, especially if you've noticed how expensive hand sanitizer has become compared to a simple bottle of rubbing alcohol. Combining 2 parts rubbing alcohol with 1 part aloe vera gel creates an effective homemade hand sanitizer that works just as well as the bottled version sold in stores. The aloe vera gel also helps counteract the drying effect that pure alcohol can have on skin with repeated use throughout the day. Think about the math here for a moment. 1 bottle of rubbing alcohol combined with 1 tube of aloe vera gel ends up costing significantly less than buying 3 or 4 separate bottles of store brand hand sanitizer, and you get to control exactly how much you make at any given time. This is the kind of simple swap that adds up to real savings over the course of a single year, especially for a household that goes through hand sanitizer quickly. Store-bought glass cleaners often leave behind faint streaks, especially on mirrors and larger windows where sunlight makes every imperfection visible. A simple homemade mixture solves this completely, using a 1/4 cup of rubbing alcohol, a 1/4 cup of water, and 1 tablespoon of vinegar combined together in a spray bottle. This combination cuts through fingerprints, dust, and grime on windows, mirrors, and screens without leaving any streaking behind once it dries. The alcohol in this mixture evaporates quickly, which is exactly why it leaves surfaces looking clear and spotless rather than smudged. Simply spray a light, even coat onto the glass surface, then wipe it away with a soft, lint-free cloth using small circular motions. This same mixture works wonderfully on bathroom mirrors that constantly fog up and pick up toothpaste splatter, giving you a genuinely clear reflection every single morning. Kitchen appliances and bathroom fixtures made from stainless steel or chrome tend to show fingerprints and water spots almost immediately after cleaning them with regular household cleaners. Rubbing alcohol applied to a soft cloth restores shine to sinks, faucets, and appliances without leaving streaks behind, and it doesn't require rinsing with water afterward the way many other cleaners do. Simply dampen a soft cloth with rubbing alcohol and wipe along the grain of the metal surface, following the natural direction of the brushed finish, if your appliance has one. The alcohol lifts away grease, fingerprints, and water spots in a single pass, and because it evaporates completely on its own, you're left with a genuinely polished, streak-free finish every time. This trick works particularly well on refrigerator doors and stovetops, the two surfaces in most kitchens that show fingerprints the fastest. Screens and keyboards collect fingerprints, dust, and grime constantly, yet most people are afraid to clean them properly out of fear of damaging sensitive electronics. Mixing equal parts rubbing alcohol and distilled water creates an effective screen cleaner that cuts through smudges without harming most modern screen coatings. Dip a cotton swab lightly in rubbing alcohol to clean the narrow gaps between keyboard keys, where dust and crumbs tend to build up over months of regular use. Here's an important safety reminder worth repeating every single time you clean electronics this way. Always turn off your device completely before cleaning it, and let it air dry fully before turning it back on or plugging it back in. Never spray liquid directly onto a screen or keyboard. Instead, apply the alcohol mixture to a cloth or cotton swab first, then wipe the surface gently to avoid any liquid seeping into internal components. Door handles, light switches, and television remotes get touched dozens of times every single day, yet they're often the last things anyone thinks to clean regularly. Spraying these frequently touched surfaces with a diluted rubbing alcohol solution, then letting it sit for 30 to 60 seconds before wiping, effectively reduces the bacteria that naturally accumulate on these surfaces throughout the day. This simple habit takes only a few extra minutes, but meaningfully improves the overall cleanliness of the areas your household touches most often. Consider making this a quick weekly routine rather than treating it as a deep cleaning task, since these surfaces get recontaminated constantly through ordinary daily use. A quick wipe down of doorknobs, light switches, and remotes takes just a couple of minutes, but noticeably reduces the spread of germs throughout a household with multiple people coming and going. For an all-purpose floor cleaner that handles most flooring types without leaving behind a sticky residue, combine equal parts rubbing alcohol, vinegar, and water, then add just a small drop of liquid dish soap to help lift dirt and grease. This combination works well on tile, laminate, and sealed hardwood floors, cutting through everyday dirt and grime while drying quickly without leaving streaks or a slippery residue behind. Mop as you normally would, working in small sections and allowing the floor to air dry naturally afterward. Because this mixture dries quickly thanks to the alcohol content, it's particularly useful in kitchens and bathrooms where you want floors dry and safe to walk on again as soon as possible. If you forget every single specific recipe covered in this video, remember this one simple ratio instead, because it works as a reliable starting point for almost any general cleaning task you might face. Combining 2 parts rubbing alcohol with 1 part water creates a solid, all-purpose cleaning solution suitable for most hard surfaces around your home. Keep a spray bottle mixed with this ratio under your sink, and you'll have a genuinely versatile cleaner ready for spontaneous messes without needing to measure out a new recipe every single time. Before trying any of these tricks, there are a few safety details worth taking seriously, because rubbing alcohol is genuinely flammable and needs to be handled with a bit of care. Never use rubbing alcohol near open flames, lit candles, or an active stovetop burner, since the fumes alone can ignite under the wrong conditions. Also avoid mixing rubbing alcohol with bleach or ammonia-based cleaning products, since combining certain household chemicals can create dangerous fumes that are genuinely harmful to breathe in enclosed spaces. Always work in a well-ventilated room when using rubbing alcohol for cleaning, and store the bottles safely away from heat sources once you're finished. These precautions take only a moment to follow, but they make the difference between using this cheap, effective cleaner safely and running into an entirely avoidable problem. 12 completely different household problems and one $5 bottle that was sitting quietly in your cabinet the entire time, waiting to solve nearly all of them. From removing sticky residue in seconds to replacing an entire shelf of specialty cleaning sprays, rubbing alcohol turns out to be one of the most underrated products most households already own without realizing its full potential.